Hello, and today we will be playing Zomewhere Else. A cold, salty breeze blows past you, ruffling your fur. You hear the sounds of waves breaking on the shore nearby, and the telltale scent of seawater dances across your nose. You can open your eyes now. You feel the cloth tied around your eyes slip away, and you open your eyes with some effort as they adjust to the sudden burst of light. Once they do, you're greeted with a dull orange glow, the sun setting below the distant horizon and casting sparkling fractals across the surface of the water. Is this what you wanted to show me? You've been walking with me, blindfolded for half an hour to see something we see literally every day. What if I tripped? I could have exploded. You look over your shoulder at the shepherd behind you, catching a glimpse of the oppressor's last second of his smug grin before his eyes widened, then slammed shut as he burst out laughing. Honestly, if you managed to explode, that would have made you being angry at me so worth it. Can you imagine? You found playfully punching his shoulder, which doesn't even affect him. He still plays it up as if you dealt him a grievous injury. Oh, come on, man. Don't need to be like that. It's a straight path towards your house, and you said you trust me. His giggle fit settling. He closes the small distance between you and throws his arm over your shoulder, pulling you in close. Besides, this is my way of thanking you for helping us nab second place. I think a gorgeous view of the sunset, perfectly timed in a spot with a great view of it, is perfect for that, and all its fishy, salty, smelly glory. He pauses for a moment, nose twisting a bit, before he squats an arm over it, putting that same hand on his hip straight afterwards as he turns his gaze back to you. I think I'm a damn genius, honestly. No thanks necessary. A big innocent grin spreads across his face as he stares at you expectantly. It's hard to deny that the exact grin you've been hopelessly falling for since you first met him. Well, it's the best gift you've given me so far, so thanks, I guess. Flint's face beams, and in an astounding show of speed, he has his hands wrapped around your ears. He flops your ears all over the place, which, while incredibly charming, is also jostling your glasses straight off your face. Thankfully, you manage to catch them before they tumble into the sand at your feet. Hey, chill out. I almost dropped my glasses. Flint immediately stops, though a part of your brain wants to be relieved, and they are, befitting only the lamest trickster. God remains at your back. Jinkies, your glasses. He sells his face over your shoulder with a non-comically intense expression of concern. His hands are still on your ears, like he's driving you like a mech. Man, fuck off. Quit being weird. He puts Fred away from you and quickly starts putting some distance between the two of you, using the act of putting your glasses back on to hide the wetness on your face. Like, don't Scoob. What if Chad lost his glasses? You keep walking away, doing your best to ignore him, even though you can easily tell he's following right behind you. Don't follow me. I don't know you. Zonkies. I won't know, Wacky. We might have to play out one another wild roll bit. Zonkies. You nearly faceplant into the grass as you double over with laughter, clutching your gut as tears begin to stream down your face. I could follow you now. You nailed that laugh way too hard. Oh God, my stomach hurts. You need help. Fred looks at you with a big, goofy grin on his face. Man, no matter how much secondhand embarrassment this idiot gives me, I can't help but love that smile. After taking a moment to collect yourself, you turn back to the path, walking past Fred as you return to it. Anyways, we're close. Come on. He nods, chasing after you, and sticking close as you both walk back to your house in pleasant silence. After reaching the neighborhood's entrance, you start to take a deep breath before continuing. A chilly gust of wind races through the dense foliage throughout the community, rustling the leaves before hitting you in the face right after you both start moving again, forcing a shiver out of you, and a small chuckle out of Fred. Aw, come on, Chad. It's not that cold, is it? For me, it is. You may have been able to leave your jacket at school, but my fur is as thick as yours. I'm definitely not made for this kind of weather. You should let it grow out some more. Then, I mean, look at me. I go so far as to say I'm actually kind of hot right now. Probably need to get it trimmed soon, actually. That's not how it works, Fred. Dobermans have naturally short fur. Oh, right. Well, in that case, you can have all my trimmings. Ew, no. Oh God, just the thought of that is so weird. Yeah, besides, maybe you're just hot from all the stuff we did today. Hmm? Very true. I do always go a little crazy during the school festival. Since it's gonna be our last one, though. You glance back at him, catching his ears drooping and a somber expression across his face, and it only lasts for a second before his trademark optimism springs forth again. But hey, at least I got to spend it with you, man. Easily the best one so far thanks to you. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, good thing you forced me to do it, otherwise I probably wouldn't have gone or had nearly as much fun. Hey, I didn't force you. Well, thanks for forcibly not forcing me to go. No pause, buddy. The small talk continues as you walk, finally arriving at your house's front gate. Alright, thanks for everything, friend. You're welcome, Chad. You know you can always count on these guns. Fred starts flexing and posing in debatably martial ways. At least you're pretty sure that's what he thinks he's doing, but it looks more like he just copied the poses from that one anime you got him to watch. Not that you really mind, though. Good to know. See you Monday, then. Sure, I'll see you then. It sends a hand out to you, which activates the hidden process in your brain he's installed. Without hesitation, you reach out, clasping your hands together before curling your fingers and pulling against one another for the briefest of moments before finishing with a fist bump. See ya. Bye. Fred spins on his heel, jauntily marching away with a noticeable pep in his step and a peace sign held up over his shoulder. You let out a chuckle, shaking your head before turning back towards the gate and passing through. Your good mood is instantly cut short, though, when you recognize two extra cars parked in the driveway. Your dad's friends must be here. Great. The drunkards are here yet again. It's so early, too. Why the hell are they even here? After a moment's hesitation, you steel yourself and climb up the stairs to the front door. You take a deep breath, twist the knob, and step inside. The first thing you see is your dad rummaging through the fridge. He peers over his shoulder at you, and you quickly look away. If only you'd met his gaze, you have seen that cold, empty look in his eyes. Hello? Evening. As you make your way past him to your room, you catch a glimpse of him wrapping 2 bags of ice in washcloths. In that incredibly brief moment of confusion, Terry somehow manages to clear the gap between the two of you, holding the wrapped bags out to you. Here, put these on your ears. Why? Why do that? Just do it. No? Where's Mom? She's out getting groceries. Ah. And the car's outside? Stopping at my car or in the garage. Cool. I'll, be in my room then. You turn to leave. It's getting harder to ignore the chill dripping down your spine. Wait. He makes no contact with you. In fact, he doesn't even move. Somehow, though, that single word stops you dead in your tracks. What? Put these on your ears. What for? Because today, you're becoming a man. The chill becomes biting. You turn back to look at him. What does that mean exactly? Your eyes, still avoiding his, ultimately land on the objects in his hands. From there, it only takes a second for you to realize. No. You take a step back, bumping into the wall behind you. No, I refuse. Where's Mom? Son, please. Don't make this any harder. Don't make this any more difficult than it has to be. It'll only hurt more. He finally moves again, reaching out to grab you, but you step to the side, narrowly ducking underneath his grasp. Don't touch me. Chad, we're doing this for your own good. He reaches for you once more, and instinctively you shove his hand away with all your might. I said don't fucking finally look up to his eyes. It's too late. The sensations hit you out of order. The first sound, a firm thud, followed by the clattering of something to the floor. Your vision blurs next as the silence that follows is filled with a sharp ringing in your ears. The pain hits last. An all too familiar burning, throbbing pain gets inside your face. You're left speechless, your brain struggling to catch up. Instinctively, your hand comes up to your cheek, gently stroking against the tender, vaguely hand-shaped portion of your face. He hasn't hit you like that in a long, long time. The blurriness in your eyes starts to sting as hot tears well up. Through that blur, you can vaguely make out the thin blue line of your glasses against the white tile floor, and you reach down for them. You fight a losing battle against your face's natural motions, trying and failing to stifle the wince, the quivering lip, the sniffling. You put your glasses back on. Without even looking back towards Terry, you begin walking back the way you came. The room isn't good enough anymore. You need to run. And just where do you think you're going? Simon steps up in front of you, cutting off your path to the front door, your eyes slowly looking up along his body, but the only thing you end up registering is a wicked grin across his face. Why? You finally lose the battle against your emotions, tears gliding down your face as Simon grabs your arm and firmly pulls you into his grasp. A moment later, another incomprehensible blob bearing that same monstrous smile steps into the kitchen from the garage and approaches you. Come on, son. Don't make this so hard for us. But why? Why are you doing this? The two big men start dragging you towards the door Michael came in through, and you start fighting as hard as you can against him. Let me go. Let me go. Help, Dad, help. Something snaps in you, and you cry out for him, and yet when you look towards him, towards the only person you can still comprehend, hold him tight. Your dad's face is foreign to you now, just an empty mass of unrecognizable nothing. Dad? Their grip on you tightens as they continue to drag you towards the garage. Your whimpers and sobs are uncontrollable, screams now. You're fighting as hard as you can, desperately clinging to whatever you can to try to halt their progress. Of course, it is all in vain. Your fingers aren't able to cling to the door frame and your claws leave jagged marks in the wood as you're heaved through. It seems like it only takes a second to go from the doorway to the chair. In your panic, you look around the room, spotting a table next to the chair they're holding you down in. It's got a big pair of scissors, cotton balls, and a bottle of some chemical on top of it. Yeah, let me go. Let me fucking go, you psychopaths. Someone holds you down while Michael grabs something from behind you. They both work together to tape you to the chair, their overwhelming strength making it fairly easy to do despite your fighting. Even tied down, you continue to wrestle against them, and they have to hold you tight while Terry finally enters in after you, closing the door behind him. Come on, kid, just relax. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's all for the greater good, kid. As servants of God, we all have to do our due diligence. Just have some faith in us. The fuck are you talking about? What fucking God? What kind of cold bullshit is this? As he continues to struggle, Terry walks past the table and around you. A frantic glance to the side makes you realize the scissors are gone. Terry, stop! I'm your son. Why do you want to hurt your son? Please stop. The complete lack of a response from behind you completes your heart's plummet into your gut. Your whole body breathes even harder now, rocking the chair back and forth. Grab his head so we can be done with this. Someone grabs your head firmly and Michael holds the chair down. No matter how hard you fight, you can't move anymore. If you had just listened to me earlier and put them on ice, you wouldn't feel a thing. Should have listened. Father, please, I'm begging, not my ears. Just sit still, son. Please. A hand lands on top of your head, 2 fingers examining one of your ears. In one final last-ditch effort to make all this stop, you scream as loud as you possibly can, fighting with all your might, well past when your lungs have run out of air. Someone adjusts his grip on your head to clamp your muscles shut, holding you firmly in place. Relax, kid. It'll all be over soon. You'll thank us later once you realize how good you got it. Some of us have to earn our salvation. Terry wets one of the cotton balls with the chemical in the bottle, wrapping it around your right ear. You try to move your head away, but all you succeed in doing is making your neck hurt even more. Alright, it's gonna sting for a little bit. Just deal with it. Terry grabs the tip of your right ear, pulling it upwards. You only have a split second to feel the cold steel of the blades against your flesh before 3 clicks. The pain is immeasurable. Your whole body is shaking as you continue to sob and try to scream through your clamped muzzle. Your fingers dig into the arms of the chair so hard you can feel your claws digging into it. No matter how hard you fight, the tape holds firm, even beginning to dig deeper into your flesh. I know it hurts, son. Hang in there. You'll thank us when you get older. It was a clean cut, thankfully. The sharp pain from your right ear continues to stab through your skull, exacerbated by the hot feeling of blood dripping down through your fur. Now for the other. You'll finally look like a man. No more being a squalling whelp. As you continue to fight hard, you can feel the tape around your wrist starting to give way. Reinvigorated by this, you weave once more, managing to break free from Simon's grasp, then letting out another scream. Strong little shit. He looks over at Michael with a sneer, flicking his ears towards you. Just give it to him now. Michael nods, letting go of you for a brief moment to dig around in his pocket for something. After a moment, he pulls a strange-looking pill out and lifts it up to your muzzle. You clamp your mouth shut, shaking your head as you continue to fight, dodging the pill as much as possible. How incompetent can you two be? Hold him still. Simon snarls, snatched the pill from Michael. Give me that, you idiot. I'll do it myself. Hold his head. Using one hand, he pries your mouth open, and Michael picks up the slack, holding your head in place. Using his other hand, Simon pushes the pill into your mouth and down your throat. Quit being such a wuss. It's just a painkiller. You should be grateful. Searing hot pain pulses down from your left ear as the scissors start slicing through it, and in a moment of lucidity and sensual reaction, it's hard to tell why you did it, but something in you compelled you to bite. Several things happen at once immediately afterwards. The searing pain in your left ear is replaced by a blood-curdling howl of sheer agony as your hands instinctively, for sure this time, whip out of the restraints and clamp around your own throat. Your body heaves forward, every part of you, inside and out, rejecting the foreign matter in your mouth. When your eyes reopen, your vision blurry with tears, you only have a brief moment to realize how eerily quiet things have become before recognizing what lies splattered in red at your feet. In a puddle of blood lays a pill. And a finger. The silence is suddenly filled with a painful wailing that fades away into a torrential storm of screaming and cursing. Now's your chance. Seven every minute amount of processing your brain is trying to do out of your thoughts. You reach down to your ankles, frantically slicing through the tape with your claws. Considering how tightly you had been held down, freeing yourself was surprisingly easy. As soon as both of your feet are free, you throw yourself out of the chair, aiming to run through the door, dead ahead, and not stop until your legs fall off. You only make it one step before a sharp pain shoots up your spine and your body stops in its tracks. You can feel a terrifyingly tight grip around your tail. Where do you think you're going, you little shit? You try to free yourself, but each motion or pull sends another arc of pain up your spine. Let me go, damn it. Oh, no. You think you get to do that to me and just walk away? He pulls hard on your tail, and through your yelp of pain, you barely manage to make out another faint click. You look back towards your captor just in time to see him raise another over his head, glinting in the light. Time slows to a crawl. The next second seems to take days, leaving you plenty of time to analyze the situation around you. Barely out of your view, you watch a hand stand out towards Simon. In the very center of your vision, your father's face becomes incomprehensible again, just in time for you to watch your eyes bulge in a type of fury you'd never seen before. You spend so much time analyzing that expression, actually, that your many days spent in that single second tick away at light speed, making you completely forget about the madman right next to you. That tales until, let's see how you like it, you worthless little fuck. The next second passes so fast, you're certain you've traveled through time. You find yourself on the floor, your mouth is open so wide, you're certain that you're wailing like a damn shoal in the fiery pits of hell, but you aren't even breathing. You can barely make out the sound of something dripping in the cold concrete floor through the ringing in your ears, but beyond that, no. Outside your control, your lungs fill with air in your mouth, unleashes a scream so terrifying it even scares yourself. A moment later, pain courses up your spine, jolting through every nerve ending in your body. You can't move. You started breathing again, but your exhales are exclusively screams and whispers of pure, indescribable agony. Your vision fights with itself to focus, spiraling, blurring, twisting, overlapping until finally you see a black length of fur barely a meter away from you on the floor. Beyond it, against the wall, you see Terry. His bulky frame is almost completely hiding Summer's far more slender figure, which is pressed up against the wall with a pair of scissors that were mutilating your ears mere moments ago, now digging into his throat. Your orders were to hold him down. I should kill you for thinking you have the right to. Your gaze turns back towards the door. It's open now. The light pouring in from the kitchen fills you with a tremendous surge of swift as you somehow manage to get to your feet. You barely avoiding slipping in your own blood. You hobble towards the door, just making it through a voice reaches your damaged ears. Chad, Another surge of strength courses through your arms and you whirl around, slamming the garage door with all your might. A loud yelp of pain and more cursing immediately follows, but you don't care. You turn towards the front door and hobble as quickly as you can towards it, fumbling with the lock before throwing yourself outside. It had gotten dark enough for the street lights to come on, but you barely even notice as you rush down the front steps and through the gate. Your eyes sting and burn, and you can't tell if the wetness pouring down your face is tears or blood, but you don't care either way. You keep running. You need help. You need him. With each step, you can feel the portion of your ear that wasn't fully cut off flopping around, splattering blood all over your cheek and shoulder. Eventually, you see him in the distance. You're not sure why it took him so long to make it such a short distance. Has it even been that long? It doesn't matter. You scream with the last bit of energy your lungs can muster. Fred! He stops in his tracks, peering back over his shoulder at you. He squints at first, but then presumably recognizes you. He turns and starts jogging back towards you, that big grin on his face once again. Oh, Chad, couldn't wait until Monday to see me after all, huh? Suddenly, his grin disappears immediately, probably because you moved under a street lamp. Oh my God, Chad! His jaw turns it into a sprint as he races over to you, pulling off his shirt as he does. Your legs give out before you can reach him, but thankfully he was close enough to catch you, crouching down along you as you fall. Don't worry, I got you. Shh. It's okay, I'm here. He coos softly as you sink and sob uncontrollably. It gets him. Your lungs burn. Your legs are screaming out. He coos softly as you shake and sob uncontrollably against him. Your lungs burn, your legs are screaming at you, and your whole body is still racked with the most intense pain you've ever felt in your life. He tenderly uses his shirt to dab up the blood around your face, then tries to stop the bleeding from your ears. It sends even more. He coos softly as you shake and sob uncontrollably against him. Your lungs burn, your legs are screaming at you, and your whole body is still racked with the most intense pain you've ever felt in your life. He tenderly uses his shirt to dab tenderly again. He coos softly as you shake and sob uncontrollably against him. Your lungs burn, your legs are screaming at you, and your whole body is still racked with the most intense pain you've ever felt in your life. He tenderly uses his shirt to dab out the blood about your face, then tries to staunch the bleeding from your ears, which sends even more pain coursing through them, but you don't care. What, what happened to you, Chad? Upon receiving no response, he curses under his breath, holding his shirt around your ear while he pulls out his phone, rapidly tapping on buttons before holding it up to his ear. Come on, pick up! It takes a moment, but the phone apparently connects, and Fred begins talking rapidly. Mom, I'm coming to you with Chad. Be ready for us. His ears are all messed up, and oh my God, his tail is gone. The call barely lasts a few seconds before he flips his phone shut and shoves it into his pocket. He carefully stands up, turning around and helping you up onto his back. Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be okay. Hang in there. He turns back towards the sidewalk and begins to run, keeping a tight grip on you. You're in so much shock and pain that you barely even register what's going on. Yet despite that, you cling as tight as you can to Fred's neck, letting the rhythm of his jog slowly ebb away the last remnants of your tattered consciousness. A sharp pain pierces through your skull, dragging you back to consciousness with a groan. You open your eyes, your senses slowly returning to you. Eventually you can feel that your cheeks and pillow are wet. Sleepily, you reach up and touch your face, realizing that you must have been crying for a while now. Were you dreaming? Must have been, but you can't remember any of it. Just vague, scattered thoughts about Terry. Probably for the best, considering how it apparently made you cry. Confused, you take a bit more time to get your bearings. You can feel Fred's slow, rhythmic breathing at your back. Looks like he's still sound asleep at least. Based on how dark it is in the room, it must still be pretty early in the morning. I was so tired last night too. Why are you like this, buddy? You let outside. You're situating yourself into a comfortable position and letting yourself fall back asleep. Something is taking your shoulder. No matter how much you try to ignore it, it keeps demanding your attention. Eventually you relent, forcing your eyes back open groggily. You slowly sit up with a sigh that transitions into a yawn, rubbing at your eyes and stretching. Just won't let me sleep, will you? Well, might as well go get some water since I'm up. Maybe that'll help this headache. As your eyes focus once more, what they see causes you to recoil. Whoa! You scoot backwards, slamming hard into the wall behind you as your heart hammers inside your chest. As your brain processes what it's seeing, you realize, Martha? Martha is kneeling next to your bed, and until you move backwards, had his face right up into yours. His eyes are sleepy looking, but behind that he seems pretty excited that you're awake. Just how long has he been sitting there? What are you doing here? Another sharp pain shoots through your skull, this time worsened by you having accidentally bashed against the wall. My hand. You shake your head lightly, which thankfully manages to alleviate some of the pain. How did you manage to get in? Martha looks back at the door, then points towards the end. Sweet. What? You feel a familiar, tingling sensation in the back of your mind. It's like the voice you just heard came from inside you. You look down at Fred to see if it was him playing some kind of trick on you. He's still asleep. Fred, wake up. You point lightly at his shoulder, attempted to wake him up, but he doesn't respond. Come on, man, stop joking around and wake up. You shake him a bit more firmly, but there's still no response. All the while, Martha keeps his eyes on you expectantly, patiently, waiting for your attention to return to him. Tired? You hear that voice again in your head, and now that you know for sure it's not Fred, you break out into a nervous sweat. Who is? As you scan the room, your heart pounding, Martha catches your eye with a little wave, then points towards himself with another hand. Martha, is that you? Yes. Martha nods happily. Oh, does that mean you can read my mind? You both stare expectantly at one another for a moment. Can you read my mind? Martha tilts his head while looking at you. Okay, maybe you can't read my mind then. Martha twists in surprise, then shakes his head. No. That's kind of a relief, I suppose. Though, that begs the question, how the hell is he talking to me through my own mind? Yeah, whatever. I just need to get used to this weird stuff happening, I guess. And anyway, is Fred okay? Martha nods. Though that begs the question, how the hell is he talking to me through my own mind? Yeah, whatever. I just need to get used to this weird stuff happening, I guess. Anyway, is Fred okay? Martha nods. Tired? I'm assuming you mean for all that stuff that happened yesterday? Martha nods. That makes sense, I suppose. He did fight pretty hard. Martha puts his hands on his chin for a moment. Martha nods once more. Okay. And will he recover soon? Martha nods again. You let out a small sigh of relief, your muscles releasing some tension you didn't realize they were holding. Cool. So, what are you doing here then? Martha flinches again, then deflates, his posture tightening. Help. For some reason, the moment that word reaches your ears, thoughts, whatever, the moment it registers, any traces of sleepiness you had left vanish from a rush of adrenaline, and you lean forward a bit. What's wrong? Did something happen? Martha nods. Mom. Sick. Your mom? Did Bruce take you back to her yesterday? Wait, don't tell me Bruce did something to your mom. Martha is starting to get impatient with your questions and now a little bit frustrated. He points firmly towards the door. Okay. At least tell me what we need. You're interrupted as he quickly flings the covers off of both you and Fred, startling you and leaving you feeling suddenly very exposed. Whoa, easy there, Martha. Fred, help. Without another word, he stands up, lifting Fred out of bed, which somehow still does not wake the man. Hey, are you sure Fred can do anything? He looks like he's out cold. Martha nods firmly, uses his many arms to get Fred onto his back, holding Fred's arms around his neck with one hand, with two others under his legs, leaving a single hand free. Yes. He turns towards the door, only briefly looking back at you. Follow. Then he silently rushes out of the room. But Martha, wait, he's still naked. You quickly scramble to your feet. Chad, who the hell are you talking to up there? Oh shit. Hearing that familiar voice jolts you even more, your thoughts becoming a chaotic mess of panic. What did I do? Oh God. Oh shit. Oh fuck. What am I supposed to do now? I can't let her see Martha carrying a naked Fred. How the hell am I gonna explain that? Why the hell is he here so damn early anyway? Hey, is Fred out there with you? Send that little bitch down here. Fuck, I need to get my clothes. You race after Martha. Once you reach the living room, you can see he's going for the open balcony doors on the other side. You must intercept him, blocking him off. Hey, Martha, you can't jump out of the window. Safe. I don't care if you got in without trouble. You can't leave with Fred naked, and people will definitely be able to see you now in the daylight. I know your mom needs help, but right now you need to hide. We can't let Jenny see you here, otherwise she'll. Before Martha can respond, you hear the sound of keys rattling outside the door. Open this door, you lactose intolerant milk drinker. Wait, Jenny, I'm naked. Then go get dressed, damn it. But there isn't much to look at anyways. Sit. Despite your protest, the sounds from just beyond that door are unmistakably that of Jenny unlocking it. Your eyes rapidly scan over the quickly unraveling scene before you, as Jenny continues to rattle against the door that sound like the ticking of a cruel clock, counting down to some inevitable danger. Quick, hide. You go to shove Martha away into the bathroom somewhere, but you only make it a step or two before the door swings open and Jenny barges in. Fred, you piss-colored quartz liquor, where are you? You completely freeze in place, paralyzed by the vengeful gaze of the bouncy, apparently misquadring as Jenny before you. Despite the hulking, naked moth next to you, who also happens to be carrying an equally naked Fred, Jenny's eyes remain solely on you. Instinctively, you cover up your quads with your hands. Wait, Jenny, I can't. Shut up, Chad. Where's Fred? You raise an eyebrow, glances over at Martha, and seeing that he hasn't shown any sort of reaction whatsoever. You look back at Jenny, who stalks forward past you, her hands on her hips as she scans the room judgmentally. Jen. Actually, you're on the hook too, muscle doughy bitch. She suddenly whirls around, approaches you and presses an accusatory finger to your chest. You step back in shock. How dare you both leave me hanging yesterday? She backs off and only just begins stomping around the room, ranting. After all the trouble I went through, too. As Jenny scolds you, you take another look at Martha and see him casually trotting towards the balcony doors. And I did it good, damn it. I have you not graduated top of my class, and you awkwardly sneak in front of Martha, quietly closing the doors. Martha glares at you for a second before turning around with a huff. You know what pays me the most, Chad? You slowly make your way over to the fireplace to get your clothes while she's distracted. What? It's that despite all of this, I still... As you make it over to your clothes and start getting dressed, you watch as Martha calmly walks directly in front of Jenny, interrupting your view of her for a second, and yet Jenny doesn't react at all. I'm so fucking confused. Jenny continues to rant as you get dressed, most of her words going straight through your head since you are more focused on Martha, like he's heading back towards your bedroom, realizing there's a window in there. But you can tell that as the rant continues, it gets more and more nonsensical. Only you're finally dressed, you let out a long sigh, scratching at your cheek with a finger. You haven't showered yet, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. And that's how you make a lemon pie with beans instead. You follow Martha back to the bedroom, mostly ignoring the death glare Jenny is giving you from behind. You intercept Martha as he attempts to start opening the window, step in front of him, and pretending to look out of it to stop him. Hey, were you even listening? Martha huffs again in a particularly chaotic tingle shoots through your skull. Mean. Uh, of course I was. I was hanging on your every word. Good. Talking about lemon pie always makes me feel better. Always. Where's Fred? I need to spank his sweet juicy ass. I don't just stand there at me. Go get him. I bought strawberry waffles for breakfast and they're so lonely downstairs, getting all cold, gross and stuff. That and we need to go over the next phase of the plan for strawberries. You must have spaced out for a second because when you next glance towards the door, it is only once again wide open and Martha is nowhere to be seen. Oh, fuck me. Also, why are Fred's clothes here? Is he in the shower or something? Why haven't I heard anything? Maybe he bought a spare change of clothes and just left those here. Or he's just intelligent enough to know that I was coming to get him and he managed to escape with only what he had on. That's why you were so close to the window. You guys are definitely working together on this, you assholes. Yeah, that's probably it. Anyway, I'm really hungry. So I gotta go have breakfast. I have an appointment I need to get to soon. It was after Martha before Jenny has a chance to stop you. Not for lack of trying, mind you, since you can still hear her yelling from behind you as you go down the stairs. Hey, I'm not done here. As you burst back into the main room of the cafe, you see Martha wiping his hands with a napkin. His face is covered in both a tremendous amount of crumbs and a very pleased expression. Wait, you have a mouth? Jenny is hot on your heels, arriving only a few moments later. Strawberries. With that last word, Martha finishes cleaning himself up and heads towards the door with an unconscious and apparently equally invisible, somehow, Fred still in his arms. Alright, let's see then. Mother trucker, dude. You ate all of them, you asshole. How can you be that hungry? I'm a growing boy. I need lots of food so I can grow up big and strong. You're screwing with me, aren't you? You have no time to respond further as Martha opens the door directly in front of Jenny. You can probably safely assume that looks like the door opening on its own to her, so you cut Martha off and grab the doorknob yourself. I'm deducting the cost of that food from Fred's pay now. Damn it, I was really looking forward to that waffle, jerk. Martha squeezes past you and you follow him outside, turning back one last time to Jenny. Where the hell are you going in such a rush? To meet with Fred, we'll be back later. That wasn't what you told her earlier, but she apparently wasn't paying much attention since he doesn't react to the discrepancy now. Jenny lets out a deeply offended gasp as you start to close the door behind yourself. Bitch, so you do know where. Once the door shuts, she quickly rushes to catch up with Martha, who is power walking towards the park. You can't help but feel safe as you look at Fred's mostly naked form in Martha's arms. Probably should have made up some kind of excuse to grab his clothes before heading out. At least now you probably have some time to process what just happened. I get the feeling that I'm going to have to get used to this kind of random stuff happening now. I really don't know how I feel about that. Guess I just have to roll with it. Can't hurt to have some kind of explanation, though, right? I suppose Martha can make himself invisible or something like that. Jenny couldn't see him or Fred, which means either he could turn both himself and other people invisible, or Jenny was so mad her eyes stopped working. I think the former makes my head hurt less somehow, so I'll go with that. Now, like that explanation really explains much, though. I suppose I can just ask him later on, but something in my gut tells me that wouldn't be much help either. Walking through the streets, you're finally able to get some hint towards what time it is. Here and there, younger people in uniforms are all heading towards the school, so probably about 9 a.m. It's still way too early for all this. Thankfully, none of them notice Martha or Fred, so his invisibility seems to be holding out. That's at least one less headache to worry about. Soon after, you've arrived at the park's lookout. Martha points high up to the mountains, presumably around where you were yesterday. Mom. So she does live in the mountains after all, huh? Martha nods. Alright, let's go quickly then. Hopefully, there aren't any more monsters. Martha shakes his head with a level of confidence that's hard to ignore, but you remain skeptical. Martha reaches out, grabbing your hand and dragging you down the path, forcing you to jog a bit to maintain your balance and keep up. Oh there, Martha. I know my way down the path, okay? He looks back at you, tilting his head in a satisfied way, with proud eyes, then turns back to the path. Oh, are you making me invisible, too? I suppose that works. You continue to move in silence while Fred continues to snooze peacefully in Martha's arms. You figure Martha must be keeping him warm because he doesn't even look uncomfortable. When you reach the bridge, Martha slows a bit, turning back towards you as if to check that you're still there, even though his grip on your hand is still firm. Don't worry, I'm still here, Martha. Come on, let's go. If your mom's sick, then she's a priority right now, not me. Martha nods. You nod in turn and go to walk ahead, but stop only a few steps and when you reach the full length of your arm. What is it? You look back at Martha, seeing him staring intensely and rigidly forward. You follow his gaze in. You notice Tony and Dusan walking in your direction. Dusan's still wearing that smug look on his face from the day you first met, and your blood immediately starts to boil. They get closer and closer, not acknowledging you or Martha at all. In fact, they pass right by you without even batting an eye. You smell a piece of shit. Don't ignore me, you fuck. You go to intercept him authority, but Martha's grip tightens on your hand. Don't walk away, you coward. I'll fucking break you. You hear me? Get back here. You fight Martha's grip, but it's surprisingly tight. His gaze is now fixated on you, and he shakes his head slowly and firmly. Fuck, let me go, Martha. No matter how hard you fight against his grip, you can't even move it an inch, and Dusan Thony begin to disappear down the far side of the bridge. Damn it, Thony! Thony stops for a second and looks back, taking a curious look around the bridge. But his eyes scan right over you without any sort of reaction whatsoever. Hurry up, kid. I don't have all day. Dusan firmly grabs Thony's arm and forces him to turn back around and resume walking. Don't you fucking dare put your hands on him, Dusan. Martha similarly begins to drag you down the opposite side of the bridge, away from them. You don't get it, Martha. He's a monster just like the ones we saw yesterday. He's gonna hurt that kid. He ignores you, dragging you further and further away, passing into the woods beyond the park. I could beat him now, and you can help me too. Let's just go in. Martha turns around and glares at you. Chad. Uh-huh. The voice stalls you, making you jump harshly. Your eyes snap to Fred, but he's still sound asleep. Mother pulls you in close, give you an awkward hug with his free hand and one from beneath Fred's leg. The sudden movement makes you close your eyes, and a moment later, you find your face buried deep into his fluffy neck. its unique scent flooding your nose. What? After a moment, Martha's scent is replaced by Fred's far more intimately familiar scent, and you can somehow feel his arms wrapping around you as well, squeezing you tightly. What is this? The rampaging anger in your chest begins to settle down, and the tension from your muscles once again fades away, bringing in a gentle, tranquil peace. Alright. You stay like this for a few more seconds then. You slowly open your eyes, an uncomfortable warmth flooding your body. You glance up and see Martha looking down at you with a gentle expression. It was a figure beneath your eye, wiping away a tear that had managed to fall from your eye without you noticing. You slowly step back, swabbing your face with your sleeve to dry the rest of the moisture. Whoa. I'm all good now, thanks, and sorry about that. Martha nods happily. I'm guessing you've already figured out that I sometimes, you know. Martha looks at you with a soft but hard to read expression, tilting his head a bit. Anyway, sorry you had to see that. I don't know what causes it, but whatever you did just seems to have worked. I hope I can rely on you if it happens again. Martha nods his head again, apparently agreeing to your request. Mom. Right, let's keep going. He nods again and then resumes the climb with you following closely behind. God, this is so embarrassing. Getting to the point where people have to deal with my shit is so toxic. I definitely wouldn't have the patience to deal with somebody acting like I have been. Where's all this even coming from? Maybe something happened during those 10 years. I really need to figure out what. After climbing the mountain for what feels like hours, you finally reach a familiar landmark, the lake. Scanning the area fills you with a strong pang of guilt. You never had much time to appreciate how it looked before Bruce attacked, but you could definitely tell the battle had done a number on the area. The ground is covered in massive holes. What parts are instead suffocated under dying roots, upturned earth, or poisoned beyond recognition by the hyena. Wow, we really messed this place up, didn't we? Martha nods solemnly, scanning over the destroyed mess of a battlefield. Oh. Your attention snaps to Fred, finding him finally stealing from his deep slumber. Fred, you alright? Fred, wake up. You reach up and put both of your hands on his cheeks, rapidly patting them back and forth with a rhythm. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake. Fred frowns, pushes your hands away. They adjust themselves a bit before attempting to fall back asleep. Mother starts looking frustrated, jostling Fred a bit himself, earning a grumble from the separate. 5 more minutes. Martha walks over to the sword. Then he pulls Fred off his back, holding him forward and under his arms. What's for breakfast? Martha looks back at you for a second, and instantly you've never been more sure of anything he's ever implied with a stare. It says, should I? Absolutely. Martha nods gleefully, then turns back to Fred just as he yawns and slightly opens it. Oh, hey, Martha. Martha eats Fred into the water. It's very important that you realize that this was not a throw or a drop. This was decidedly a yeet. You have no idea what a yeet actually is, but you're certain that what you just witnessed was definitely a yeet. Martha's body makes a loud splash as it hits the water. There's a brief moment of silence, then Fred bursts from the surface of the water, scrambling towards the sword in a babbling panic, coming to rest on all fours a few meters away from the water. Whoa, cold, 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 that's cold. Who the hell? Are you awake now? He looks at you, dripping wet as you near a few feet away, unable to wipe the grin off your face, you're simply grateful because that's the alternative to you cackling in his face. I, yeah. He takes a moment to catch his breath, then shakes wildly, splattering water everywhere. Thankfully, he saw it coming and backed away in time. Walk over to him after he's done and help him back to his feet as he scans his surroundings with confused eyes, shaking and rubbing his arms. We're back in the mountains. Arthur brought us up here because his mom apparently needs help. Oh. Martha walks over to him and, before he can react, gently picks him back up. Then starts shaking him around, splattering more water around. I'm good, Martha, I'm good. Martha stops, seemingly satisfied as he puts Fred back down on the ground and gives him a little pat on the head. Thank you, Martha. Martha giggles a little bit while Fred lets out a sigh, resuming rubbing his arms to keep himself warm. I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume you didn't bring my clothes with you. Yeah, no, I did not. I mean, a lot happened this morning, so it didn't cross my mind till after I left. Alright, then, do you have your phone? You can call Jenny and have her. Oh yeah, and Jenny is fucking pissed at you. Fred freezes in place, staring at you as if he expects you to do something about it before letting out a long, drawn-out, defeated sigh. Of course he is. Yeah. Mom. Oh, right. Which way, Martha? Martha motions for you to follow, then rushes off down the shore the same way he went yesterday. You nod and turn back to Fred, extending your hand out to him. Some part of your morals still exists, apparently, since the guilt from your admittedly fairly mean practical joke has started to set in. Come on, let's just follow him. Sit close and I'll try to keep you warm until we get there. Hopefully she's got a fireplace or something. Sure. Fred nods, walking up close to you and allowing you to put your arm around his shoulder as you both follow after the moth. So, how exactly do we know the details of this? Is Martha, like, terrifying good at charades or something? Oh no, he can actually kind of talk, I think. I sort of hear this voice in the back of my head that he claims is his. And only you can hear it. If I didn't hear him say mom a minute ago, then yeah, I suppose that is the case. I didn't know, but now that I think about it, Bruce was acting like he could hear Martha yesterday too. So I'm guessing only people who share some kind of affinity with him can hear him. Am I right, Martha? The moth nods happily. Are you? And you were able to deduce all that just from what I said? Sorta. I mean, if you think about it logically, that's the only thing that really makes sense. You get used to thinking like that when you do the kind of things I do. You know, rapid situation analysis and decision making. And whether you like it or not, you're going to have to learn to think like that too. Things would have been so much easier if you had never gotten involved. But then again, you didn't have much say in the matter. Yeah, I mean, based on everything that happened yesterday, I think I kind of already started to accept that things are going to stop making sense from now on. Yeah, but you get used to it after a while. Thankfully, you have me to help make it easier. I mean, your explanations are kind of silly. That RPG analogy made no sense at all, and I know. I told you I suck at this, didn't I? Martha laughs. You can't help but join in. I know. Still, I appreciate it. No problems, man. And who are you laughing at, Martha? Martha flinches while walking. Fred breaks away from you, hustling up to Martha with a devious grin. Guess we'll have to become more fond of each other so I can hear all these mysterious secrets you and Chad get to share without me, right? Chad reaches out and begins to tickle at Martha's sides. Martha giggles and playfully attempts to side away, but Fred remains persistent. Surprisingly, Martha seems to be enjoying himself. You can't deny that. It's a pretty cute sight. Even after a decade, you still do that, huh? You think I learned after getting whacked that one time, right? But I can tell that Martha's a good guy. Ain't you, Martha? Fred continues to assault Martha with tickles as the mouth tries and fails to stifle his giggling. With someone who was so deeply asleep not too long ago, you're sure energetic. You do realize that doing that while naked is probably assault, right? I mean, Martha is naked too, so if you ask me, you're the odd man out here. Yeah, shut up. Fred chuckles to himself, finally relenting his playful assault. He catches up, walking in line with them and leaving Fred in between you and Martha. That's up right here for now. So, about Chad's father first. He's a military guy, and he has that mentality that for you to be a man, you have to act a certain way, you have to look a certain way. So I believe in his mindset for his son to be a man, well, Dobermans anyway, for Dobermans to look like a man, their ears have to be cut off or trimmed, I guess. I don't know what the term is for cutting the ears of a dog off, but in his father's view, Terry, his name is, in Terry's view, for a Doberman to look like a man, their ears have to be cut off. And that was a sad scene there, very uncomfortable scene of him and his drunk friends helping him in pinning Chad down and controlling him, and them having some kind of chemical and bags of cold ice to help with the pain. And that really traumatized Chad, and when he finally found Fred, he was scared. He was shocked at what he saw, and he called his mother to help with Chad, and I don't know what happened after that, but anyway, that's still very common around the world that for you to be considered a man, you have to act a certain way, you have to look a certain way. If you don't, you get called a child or a pussy or weak. About Martha getting inside their room, apparently nobody could see him. Chad can see him, Fred can see him, but Jenny can't. I mean, I think like for people with infinity or powers, only they can see Martha, but people with no powers, just ordinary, regular people like Jenny, they can't see Martha. Which is probably a good thing, because So he might freak out if he actually saw Mothra. So I think Mothra himself knew that, which is why he came here in the first place to their place they're living in, Jenny's Cafe, because he needed their help, and there was no point sneaking into the town. There's no point sneaking into town because he's invisible. Nobody can see him. Only Fred and Chad can see him. Now, okay, well, maybe, I mean, when they ran to Dusan and Thorny, Dusan, he has powers, but he still wasn't able to see Mothra. So maybe it's a certain type of power, not just any power, but you gotta have a certain power among people with powers to see Mothra. But apparently, when they ran to Dusan and Thorny, neither Dusan nor Thorny could see any of them. They couldn't see Chad, Fred, or Mothra. So maybe there's something about them that makes it impossible for Dusan to see, because Dusan has powers also. Well, some powers anyway. So next time we'll figure out who Mothra's mom is and see what trouble she's in and what she needs. So thank y'all very much for watching. Bye.